One thing I've noticed about the newest Resident Evil games is that they don't do this anymore.
Resident Evil.
My question is where did the voice actor go? Did he retire? Did he hopefully not die? I'm assuming. I hope they bring him back because I feel like that line right there at every menu was so cool. I liked Resident Evil 4's line. I think it was really good. I don't know why that isn't there anymore. Well, let's bring it back for the remake. Code Veronica is a mainline installment of Resident Evil. I enjoyed it a lot. It's bound to get a remake like all the other Resident Evil games. It's probably like the likeliest one out there right now in terms of Code Veronica, Resident Evil 5, or Resident Evil 0. It's probably my most anticipated remake of the series. I think we could see a teaser for a new Resident Evil remake, probably Summer Game Fest or the Game Awards. I don't think Capcom will release a new Resident Evil game in 2027. Maybe we'll get a release late 2027 at the earliest. But I really hope Code Veronica gets a remake. It was enjoyable. It's also a classic Resident Evil game with like tank controls and fixed camera angles, which I don't mind. Really, they're still fun. But I low-key like playing in two different perspectives. I kind of like both. I like the third person and I also like the fixed camera angles. Even first person too. Resident Evil 7 and 8 are fire as well. If I had to rank Code Veronica, it'd be this. I think it's in my top 3 of the classic games. You can make an argument for Resident Evil 3 Nemesis being better than Resident Evil 1 Remake. And I think Code Veronica is a good spot at 3, right? Resident Evil 1, the original, it's pretty good, but I don't think it's better than Code Veronica or Resident Evil 3 Nemesis or even the remake, obviously. And it's probably better than Resident Evil 0. I didn't like Resident Evil 0 that much because it just felt really frustrating to play. I'm not gonna lie to you. The original Resident Evil 2, I have to get going. I did buy the game. I just been slow to get around it. I'm gonna play it soon eventually and upload a video of it. I'm gonna upload a video of Resident Evil 1 original since I played it and I have it all recorded. I just need to edit it, which is like, it's gonna be annoying. So let's just talk about what I want from a remake. A big concern that a lot of people have that I just want to address is cut content. I'm not really worried about it too much, at least now, because I don't think Capcom will do the same mistake they did with like RE3 Remake. I don't think they'll do that. Not again. I like RE3 Remake, don't get me wrong, I think it's a fun game, but I don't think it's a good remake. I think it's a good game, at least, but it should have been longer. RE3 Remake should have been longer. There were so many areas that they cut out from the original. They just should have kept it in and we all would have been happy. Listen, cut content is not that big of a deal if they compensate with something. Like changing mechanic in a game is fine, even if the old mechanic is gone. What I'm trying to say is if you look at RE4 Remake, I feel like that game was so good in its own right that the cut content it had didn't really matter. Like, I feel like the game, the pros outweighed the cons it had. It was so good. And I think the original was good too. They're both amazing games. But if you look at RE3 Remake, I feel like RE3 Remake cut out so much fundamental stuff that made the game special that the remake just feels like a cheap copy. And don't get me wrong, when I played RE3 Remake, I played it before the original. I'm not gonna lie to you. And I liked RE3 Remake. I thought it was good. I liked the game, but when I played the original, I could really see why people really hated it. There was so much stuff that you could do in the original that you couldn't do in the remake. And in fact, I played the remake a few days ago before I recorded this video, and I beat the game on Nightmare in like 2 hours. And that was like a replay. I haven't played the game in a year, by the way, a whole year. So I don't really remember much. There wasn't any puzzles. The only puzzle I can remember is connecting the train station route and balancing the percentages to get a vaccine to save Raccoon City. That's the only puzzles I remember. And I played this game a few days ago. I don't remember anything else. And the game would have been way better. I think the biggest issue I have with the game is it's too short. It's too short. Like, dude, where's all the story choices in the game? You could push Nemesis off a bridge. You could fight Nemesis outside the RPD in the original, or you could run inside the RPD, and that was cool. It was really cool. But you can't do that in the remake. Why? It's lame. Out of all the parts they decided to cut out, they cut out that part. Capcom, if you're watching this video, it is okay to cut things out, but you need to replace them with something. Add compensation to it. That's what I'm trying to say. You can't just leave something out and not replace it with anything. Let's talk about the characters. I really like Chris and Code Veronica. I enjoy playing him. It's probably my favorite version of him in the series. I feel like in Code Veronica he started becoming like a true hero in the franchise. When he started climbing that mountain in his like introduction to save Claire, I thought that was really sick, not gonna lie. I hope they keep that in the remake. Steve is an interesting character. He has some cool parts where he did some stuff, and some parts where he acted like kind of a wimp. Honestly, I never hated Steve, but I think people just hate Steve just because of his voice. Actually, I just forgot that Steve is a little weird to Claire, if you know what I mean. I think he should still flirt, but like more respectfully. Maybe take out the whiny voice. Still make Steve like a jackass and naive, but I don't think he needs that annoying ass voice. Maybe even give him like a redesign or something. Another character is Rodrigo. Doesn't really have much of a role in Code Veronica. He does help out Claire a bit, but that's all he really does. Then he dies to the giant worm. They could give him a bigger role in the remake, or he does something cooler, but that's not really that big of a deal for me. The Ashfords, Alexia, and Alfred. I found it to be the most interesting antagonist of Resident Evil. They're kind of creepy in a way. Alfred is like mentally insane, but Alexia just wants to take over the world, right? I think they're very creepy, especially that cutscene of them where they're like children and then taking apart the butterfly or something. Yeah, I hope with the remake to keep that level of eeriness those two had. Alfred is weird as hell, especially Alfred. He has this like corny character to him, which I like. It's kind of funny. It's kind of cringy as well, which I hope they keep in the remake. I hope he's not like some evil. I mean, he is evil, right? But he's so like kind of unserious and kind of weird. And now Wesker. Honestly, Wesker is already a demon, but we need to know how much of a demon Wesker is in Code Veronica. The scene where he's beating up Claire is like crazy. I hope they don't remove like his savagery in Code Veronica, because in Code Veronica he does not care. He does whatever he wants, alright? Him being a savage would be so good in the Resident Evil engine. That's literally all I want for the remake in terms of characters. Now the gameplay. I've seen a lot of people say that they want Resident Evil 2 remake style for Code Veronica Remake, which I also agree. But honestly, I kind of hope they give Claire a dodge like RE3. I thought the dodging in RE3 was really fun, and I think Claire should be able to do so as well. I mean, she kind of ran a helicopter shooting a minigun at her. She's really fast, bro. But if it was like RE2 remake, it would be fine anyway. I wouldn't mind. But a dodge would still be cool. Chris, on the other hand, I'm torn because Chris ain't even Jack yet, so he can't even throw haymakers. Maybe we can give Chris like a stronger melee stagger or something like that. Definitely not moving like Leon though, like RE4 remake, but you know, he can fight a little. Another part of the gameplay I wanted to address was the bosses. Oh my god, the bosses. Code Veronica probably got some of the most frustrating bosses in the series. The three main ones I'll be talking about is the Tyrant you fight on the plane, Steve, and Alexia. Man oh man. The Tyrant you fight on the plane is an absolute nightmare. That Tyrant was made for dodge, dude. It was so annoying to deal with because he was so fast and like the area was so small too. And I don't remember if I had any like grenade launcher ammo to deal with him. They could make us fight better if Claire had a dodge and a bigger area to fight the damn thing. It was still cool like shoving at the Tyrant with a crate, but still. Man. And Steve. Steve is... When Steve gets like infected, he's actually such a shit boss, it's not even funny. Yeah, can you even call him a boss? I don't know if you can even call him a boss, right? You have to run away from Steve to the gate after he becomes some like infected green Hulk looking thing. He is so unbelievably fast, it's actually crazy. I hope they cut out the running away and letting Claire just fight Steve head on with a bigger area with some dialogue to tell him to calm down. That's cool. I'd rather just do that. Just let him like destroy shit while trying to kill Claire, and Claire's running away, and she's like, "Yo, calm down, dude. Relax." That's all you gotta do. Because if they directly copied that fight and put it in the remake, people were going to be livid, bro. It is so frustrating. You just had to play it. That's all I can't even describe how annoying it is. You just had to play it. You also better pray you have a healing item or quick ass movements to dodge Steve, dude. Now Alexia, I don't know. Alexia was kind of whatever. It's kind of like whatever for a final boss for me. She didn't even seem like the final boss. Not gonna lie. Honestly, it should be Claire who fights Alexia, not Chris. Because Alexia kind of slimed out her friend Steve, dude. And Chris was the one to kill her, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. And by that reason, I hope they turn the cutscene of Wesker beating the bricks out of Chris into a playable fight, like what they did with Krauser versus Leon in their first appearance. We did like the knife fight in the remake. Yeah, let's change it up like Code Veronica, you know? What I mean is you could try to fight Wesker, but you're not gonna win whatsoever. Like, I want to have the ability to punch Wesker, right? But he's gonna dodge me anyway. I want to see myself struggle and getting my ass beat, not gonna lie. But yeah, that's all I really want from the Code Veronica remake. The game is frustrating, and there is some soft locks you can run into due to like a lack of ammo. But I'm sure they'll definitely fix that. What else would I like? Maybe third person, first person, even fixed camera angles. Maybe having all three would be nice too. But I don't think Capcom will do that. It's just like it's too much resources. The only reason I like kind of have a hope that they might do fixed camera angles is because they've been porting the games to Steam, like the original games. And maybe that's shown that there's still a demand for these old games. And they might just add in fixed camera angles. Who knows? I'm sure they'll add in first person and third person. But we'll see. If you guys enjoyed this video, let me know down in the comments. Let me know what you guys want from the Code Veronica remake. Catch you guys next time.